Oh my God.
After that East versus West event yesterday, it is the perfect time now to take a look back 2 years to when Hermes Gasparini and Vitaly Laletin were sparring. This was in Dubai, and this is definitely a future matchup that I'm sure hopefully happens at some point, because Vitaly just beat Ravaz, and he is in contention for that top 3 basically spot in the world. But let's take a look at the comparison between these two first off, and then we'll go into kind of their sparring and what was happening there. So they end up comparing hands. It's definitely something to take a look at. It looks like Hermes Gasparini, a wider fist. Hand looks bigger, but obviously the arm length of Vitaly Laletin significantly longer. The guy's like 6'8". Let's see if we can get a frame of them standing next to each other. Yeah, big height difference. Definitely the more sizable arms on Hermes, but Vitaly has that lever. And if we go into them sparring, first they start out of the strap, and let's take a look at that right here. Vitaly seems to be pretty dominant out of the strap just with the hand control, but because Hermes not able to engage his power as much when the battle is just in the hand right here. You see Vitaly looking pretty confident there, but then they end up putting on the strap here. This is their first pull in the strap. Let's take a look here. So Vitaly goes for the hit, but then Hermes' back pressure ends up getting Vitaly's wrist to crack back there. Hermes looking strong there, but looks like Vitaly's going to make an adjustment on this second pull. It looks like he's trying a bit harder to contest the high ground, but Hermes still gets that high position, and he's able to apply the side pressure there. It's crazy because Hermes looks a lot bigger now, but even then, he was a lot bigger than when he faced Matt Mask, that's for sure. But I would say he's probably at least 15, 20 pounds bigger than he was 2 years ago. That would be my assessment. Here, Vitaly is really locking in, giving more effort. You can tell by the strain on his face, and he's able to get that pin there. Let's see. They do one more here. And Vitaly with the optimal hand position, but then he starts losing his wrist when Hermes surges like that. Pretty crazy stuff.
Oh my God.
And then they're both in this position where their wrists are starting to flop back, and they're just kind of trying to apply side pressure. Hermes is making some noises on the table to show he's exhausted, and then he gives up. So those were the main right arm pulls from when they trained 2 years ago. What I took away from that, it seems like Vitaly may have more endurance. He was able to win the last 2 practice pulls there. His hand looks more dominant out of the strap, but in the strap, Hermes looks like he has more power with the back pressure, and able to kind of apply that side pressure after he gets Vitaly's hand to crack back a little bit. So I thought this would be the perfect time to take a look back at that footage, because this match may potentially actually happen. Who knows, November, December. I was watching some interviews with Engin, and they were talking to Hermes, and they said, you know, he wants to take some time off. Obviously, he just had 2 matches, basically back-to-back months, beating Jerry Cadaret and then losing to Devin, as we just saw. But definitely think it's highly likely that they will face in the future. So what do you guys think? Who would win if they were to face? Let me know in the comment section.